Hey guys, welcome to McCree Tea, where we talk about all the juicy gossip in the entertainment industry right now. I'm your host, Jason McCree, and today we're going to be talking about a couple things going on in this episode. Really, just some controversial things, but also we're fact checking a lot in this episode, trying to figure out what's actually going on instead of just listening to the media. So let's go ahead and start this episode of Thugs or Bugs. Okay, guys, so there's been a lot going on in the entertainment industry, especially about people getting arrested. Like, there's been a couple people getting arrested, there's people having lawsuits. Like, so much is going on where it's like, why can't you guys just keep it together? You're famous. Like, you're supposed to know how to deal with PR, deal with people, deal with not making yourself a fool. The first person I'm going to talk about is Sky Jackson, because, everybody has seen the stuff about Sky Jackson. And it is really crazy right now because she actually got arrested. Well, she didn't get arrested, but she did get arrested. It's kind of funny. Well, she got booked. So she got took into the police station for domestic battery. So domestic battery is basically hitting your partner, hitting a person you're in a relationship with. So they said that the her boyfriend that she's with currently, she pushed him or something of that lines, and police ended up taking her into custody, but she was released a few hours later with no charges pressed on her. So she was just booked for the domestic battery in the end. It does seem like she has been avoiding it a lot, and it does make sense to avoid that topic because if it's not doing you any favor, why talk about it? Like, why bring up so much of my personal life into it? But lots of people have made so many points talking about her boyfriend because they say that, he's like, I've heard so much stuff like he's ugly or like he's just like a fake thug or just so much stupid stuff. My opinion on the whole situation is neither male or female should hate each other if you're in a relationship at all, period. It don't matter if like y'all get into an argument, you better walk off. Don't hit each other. So that's her fault and it's his fault as well because the argument led to a point to where it got physical and she unfortunately took it too far where she had to get booked in the police station because but luckily she was able to get out. She doesn't, it's not that she doesn't deserve it, but it's, you don't want that on your record and have to fight a case. Fighting a case can take really long, and I don't think a ex-child actor who's still trying to be an actor in this industry will want a case on them pending while she supposedly said in a live that she had where she was answering questions she had made up for herself. She said that she's working on a show, apparently, and she can't speak about the show because it's up in works or whatever. But who knows if that's true? She's just said a whole bunch of weird stuff in whatever live she was on. My whole thing is I think that we focused a lot, or at least I did, because we don't know nothing about her boyfriend. Like, I don't think he's like social media famous, at least not that. So I just really wonder what he did. I don't know if we got kind of like in the story that he did something to or what he exactly did, because I wish we were able to know that instead of only knowing that Sky Jackson got booked for domestic battery. Like, I need to know everything else. Like, I need to know what led to this. I would rather her tell her story instead of just deflecting or even just not responding at all. I'd rather her tell her story even if she's still in the relationship with him. It's better to tell your story and get it over with so that they won't keep on asking again and again and again. But that's her relationship. That's how she's going to handle it. She's going to handle it how she wants to. I mean, if she stays with him, she stays with him. Who really cares? I'm not trying to be funny or mean or anything, but who really cares? No one's, not to be mean, but no one's really keeping up with Sky Jackson. Like, Sky Jackson, yes, she was really famous. Like, she's really pretty. She has everything it takes, but I don't think she grew up. I mean, she grew up, but in the eyes of the public, she doesn't seem like she grew up. Like, she sounds the same, she looks the same, she's the same height. I mean, she's so short. But it's just kind of like in the eyes of the public, I don't think she looks like she's grown up or presents as she's an adult, especially in her acting. I would have expected, like, I saw that she auditioned for Euphoria, was it? Or somebody, her audition tape was released for whatever show that got famous or popular. And her audition tape sounded like she was still acting for Disney, or like she was still in the kid's role. And I'm just like, if you want some big girl roles, you got to sound grown. If you guys understand what I mean, like, I don't feel like Sky Jackson sounds grown. I don't think she can put on that, or at least I haven't heard her put on that persona of speaking in that type of manner. Because if she did, then nobody would be wondering why she isn't really acting or why she isn't really doing much of anything. Because I really haven't seen anything acting, and if she is, her team isn't pushing it promotionally enough to where she can get noticed by a whole bunch more people. Because I haven't seen anything. But we're not gonna stick on that too much, because the Sky Jackson topic is really something that is hard to touch on, because you know so little and you only have facts about what she did, and we only know who she is. We don't really know who he is, so I'm not going to linger on that for too long. But there is something really quickly that I'm going to touch on that's just something I think is very weird and I was very unexpected for me, was that there is a monkeypox outbreak going on right now. Yeah, a monkeypox outbreak. I was scrolling through social media, and this is like San Francisco or somewhere like that. A white man posted like a video of all the spots on his body and explained like he got monkeypox from whatever. And I'm just like, you got monkeypox? And then a black man posted that he had monkeypox, and then other people was posting that. And it's a monkeypox outbreak? Excuse me, in this day and age, what are people doing? Like, why is nobody, what's going on? Because the way how outbreaks happen is cleanliness. That's the first thing you need to do, is be clean. Because look what happened with COVID. People were told to wash their hands and wear a mask, and they couldn't even wash their hands. Like, we need to get it together bad, because that's nasty. I don't know much about the outbreak. Like, I don't know how many people was affected. I don't know where it's located at. I know that some people was in San Francisco. I don't know if it's a whole bunch anywhere else. But if it is anywhere else, it better not be nowhere near I am. Better be nowhere near I am right now, because there's monkeypox lingering around me, people I know in my city. I don't mess with that. And I know you can't, like, it's not like contracted from touch, I'm pretty sure. So it's not like I can't hang with people who has monkeypox. I just rather not until your monkeypox clears up, and then we will proceed. That's nasty. I'm sorry. That's just so nasty. That's so weird. But that's it on that, because we not gonna go down a rabbit hole of diseases and infections and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, we're not gonna go down that, because I work in a pharmacy, so it would be too much to go down a rabbit hole of stuff that I don't like, because I work in a pharmacy and I see so much. Like, we're not even gonna speak on it. Maybe in another episode, like, I'm gonna talk about work and I'm gonna talk about experiences. Like, it's really just gonna be a story time. Like, you never know. Like, if you guys do want that, go ahead and leave a comment, because this is on Spotify, this is on YouTube. Leave a comment on what you would want to hear. If you want to hear some work story times, or if you want to hear some day-to-day story times, or just even some experiences that I've had. Like, we got to keep up with it, because you never know. Like, I've had so many different experiences at my job. I've had experiences literally just walking down the street. Like, it's crazy, especially being black. Like, I'm not even gonna touch on that, because some people that know me personally know what I mean by that. While I was just existing and stuff happened, but that can be in another episode for you guys. I'm not gonna like be all on touchy on that, because I could make a whole 30-minute, 40-minute episode on that. Why waste it on this one? You know what I mean? Like, let's stick to the topics I worked hard to pick out. I worked hard to pick out these topics. And this next topic is something I love so much, is Lotto's album. And that's also, and it's kind of funny, like, that it's Thugs and Bugs. You know, this is this episode's title. And you're probably wondering, like, why is Lotto on here? Like, what's Lotto's album got to do with it? The reason I have Lotto's album on here is because in some of the songs, she's talking about how she wants a man that's a thug, you know, a whole bunch of different type of stuff, how she be in the hood and everything. So it's kind of wordplay for me right now. Like, you know, thugs or bugs. Like, you know, you can also decide too, like, who's on the thug side, who's on the bug side. Like, you know, you got to keep it all linked up. But Lotto's album, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, that album is so good. Like, you have no idea. If you haven't heard it, I suggest you listen to it. And, you know, give your own opinion on it. Like, I'm not going to say just take my opinion because listen to the music, of course. But I think she did really good on this, especially lyrically, because so many songs you can tell she put a lot of work into, especially the beats. They all flow in the order of how the song list is made. And then also, like, I think about the features she had on this album. The features were really good as well. She focused so much on the craft in this album where, you know, people now, even they're still talking about like how many units are sold when it's first out. And personally, I don't know why people still focus on unit sales and all these other things, because there's so many free streaming apps that people can use. There's YouTube Music. Like, if you have an iPhone, you could use Music. People use Apple Music. So, like, you don't have to buy the album anymore. You can buy an album to support a person who you favor a lot. But I think buying it just because, like, you don't have to do that no more. And I think people keep taking it to heart, like, oh, Nicki got this, everybody else didn't. I was like, well, Nicki is that's a whole different concept. Nicki's fans are different. Nicki's fans buy it and stream it anywhere. Like, they can download it and do a whole bunch. Nicki fans are just different. Like, they use that download to support Nicki, but also help themselves to whatever music they can. Like, we can't keep comparing these fans because fans all act differently. Because guess what, guys? Fans are people. Fans are people. And some people don't have money. Some people ain't got no money. Like me, I ain't got no money. I cannot buy no album. I'm poor. Okay, I don't have no money. I be walking around. I gotta keep saying I'm poor because if I don't say I'm poor, I'm gonna spend all my money. I can't be buying nothing. So I'm more the person who supports from listening to the music, and I'm gonna drop my like. I'm gonna post about it. You know, I'm gonna be like, this album is T. I'm like, this song is T right here. Like, my favorite song right now, and this might sound a little ghetto if you listen to the album. My favorite song right now is Blixum. Like, that song is so good. I don't know, maybe I'm ghetto. Like, I don't know what it is, but I've listened to that song an unhealthy amount of times, and I'm gonna keep listening to it because why would I not? She said, Blixum. Yeah, like, you gotta listen to the album. Like, you gotta listen to. But on the topic of music, like, the rap girlies right now are really eating up the industry. Like, people are dropping them albums left and right, dropping them singles, and even not just the rap girlies, like girls, women in general are eating up the game right now. Like, if we keep looking at all these women, especially the new women introduced, everybody is eating up the game with their creativity, with their presence, their performances, just how they present themselves too, like, really well, fashion statement, or how they smile. You know, they present themselves so well now, especially the newer generation of artists. Like, you can tell once they signed that record deal or label, signed with their label, they got taught a lot of stuff, or they got access to so many things they never had, where they were just like, ooh, I'm about to use this, and we about to tear this up. And I totally agree with that. Use every resource you can. Like, the girlies that I've really been supporting are Megan, Indoja, Lotto, Coco Jones. Who else am I supporting? Let me think. Kaylani. Kaylani, she needs all the support she can get. Kaylani deserves that. Queen Naija, she deserves that. When she dropped her EP after the Butterflies, I'm pretty sure, I was listening to that every day. Like, it's so good. Flow, oh my gosh. The girl group Flow, FLO. Like, y'all gotta look them up. They dropped the song Check. Gotta snap my fingers to that because that song eats. all their songs eats. Like I love Flo so much, and I be trying to put people on, but you know, lots of people don't listen to girl groups anymore, and it's so funny too because they're British, like they're not even American. So why can't you listen to them? Like I be like trying to be like a voice of reason. I'm like, why can't you listen to Flo? They're not American, but Flo, every single song I've heard from them back to back have just all been good. And they've really been growing as a group, and I've been seeing so much development in their creativity lyrically and how they use their voices inside of specific parts. Whereas, let's say Stella, Georgia, and Renee, pretty sure I'm saying all that right, they have such a dynamic to where they set up their songs and who sing each part. Literally in every single song it's mostly the same. Like Georgia, she's always gonna eat up a bridge before the last chorus. There's no doubt about it. Or Georgia and Renee will eat up a chorus in the middle of the song, or like they'll eat up a verse, you know. Or Stella, she's always opening the song because her powerful voice is a good introduction. You know, they have the dynamic where they understand each other and they're gonna work together. They work together so well, and I've seen like their relationship with each other. Like they're an actual girl group that gets along, kind of like Destiny Child's vibe, because they don't feel like they overshadow each other. They respect each other. They understand they all have talent. They don't feel like one's better than the other. They're not letting fame ruin the friendship that came first, which I think is so important in the entertainment industry, because if you let the friendships you had first, and then when you get into the entertainment industry, and then when you get into the entertainment industry and you let that break down that friendship and the communication just becomes weird, I think the person at fault is both people. Of course, all parties are at fault, because you should never let anything come between your friendship, especially not like news or just somebody you co-star with on the show, or just a random person you met and you know they're famous. You should never let that break down your friendship or the communication in your. But there can be a difference to where if that person cuts you off to be famous, I'd be like, yeah, say goodbye. Don't even bat an eye. You don't gotta do nothing. But me, I know me, the people that stuck with me from day one and helped me with my podcast, I'm gonna keep them beside. Like we're gonna grow together. Like I grow at a constant rate, and if the person who I stuck with is growing at that same constant rate, we gonna grow together. Like there's no point of me ditching them behind or anything like that. But the rap, yeah, the rap girlies and the R&B girls, they are eating up the game right now. Especially Coco Jones just dropped her song Sweep It Up. I've heard it once. I should listen to it again to really hear the lyrics and figure out what's going on, because I don't really get the song right now. But I think if I listen to it a couple more times, I'll be able to understand what she's talking about. So I'll give an update next episode on how I feel about Coco Sweep It Up, because I haven't listened to it that much. So I can't really give a honest straightforward opinion. But this next topic is something so crazy that I just recently found out, like had no idea. So this next topic is about NBA YoungBoy. Like I had no idea he was facing 10 years in jail, y'all, for 66 charges. 66, bruh. Because, you know, I'm trying to do my research. You know, I'm trying to be real good at this. So I'm looking at my little notes. So he got hit with 66 charges, y'all. And this is what it ranged from, okay? It ranged from possession of firearm as a restricted person, a prescription fraud ring, and fraudulently obtaining a prescription. What is that? Like, I didn't even know what a prescription fraud ring was. Like, I had to look that up because I was so confused. A prescription fraud ring is when you illegally obtain prescriptions and you resell them. So let's say somebody goes and gets a script for oxycodone or Xanax or Adderall. The person, I guess, goes picked it up, or whoever had the script go picks it up. See, here go my pharmacy lingo. Whoever got the prescription goes, picks it up, and then brings it back to the fraud ring, I guess, and then they sell it to people and they make money, and then they put it back into getting a new prescription. So I think that's why it's called a ring, because they pull it from a whole bunch of different sources. And then it was fraudulently obtaining a prescription, and I really had to think about this one because the law in the pharmacy is so strict. There's so many things you can't do but there's a list of, it's just so confusing how to explain it. The pharmacy is just a place that you don't want to break. You don't want to break the law because you can face a lot of time. And he messed with the pharmacy, and he's getting some repercussions because fraudulently obtaining a prescription is trouble. And for him to get 66 charges, crazy. Like having a gun, like I'm pretty sure he can't have a gun because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he went to jail or not. I'm not an NBA YoungBoy listener, but pretty sure he went to jail. Felons can't have gun 101. We should know all this. It's crazy, but yes, they can't. And for him to get caught, I think the craziest thing is he got caught. I never would have thought he got caught about anything. Caught up, at least not. But NBA YoungBoy got caught. I would have never expected that in the world. Like that's crazy to me that that happened. But you know, sometimes people slip up and things happen, and you just gotta know that if you got a good lawyer and if he get a plea deal, and if it's a good plea deal, he better take it. He better hope they don't got no good evidence on him. Like I'm not saying, oh, get away, you should get away with it, but I mean like if he doesn't feel like he deserves it, then yes, you better lawyer up real good. But you already know them people are coming hard. They don't like black people, sadly. But let's talk about male rap game since we're on the topic of NBA YoungBoy because I don't listen to much male rap, but when I do listen to male rap, I think it's become really standardized. Like I think male rap has become something where everybody kind of does the same thing and they rap about the same stuff. And I just be like, male rap, can we evolve? I really just want male rap to evolve at the end of the day because I feel like if male rap gets to a point to where we have diversity of what we're talking about, then I might jump back in and I'll listen to that person. But until I can find those people who aren't talking about the exact same thing as anybody else, I don't know. I don't know what you expect from me. Like if anybody knows anybody, then put it. You can put them in the comments because I have no idea in the male rap game right now who to listen to. Like I have nobody right now. And it does seem like this is going to be a short episode today. Like I don't have many topics today because there's a lot going on right now with me and especially in the entertainment industry. So like I'm trying to keep track of everything. Like Love Island that just ended. They had a reunion. That was crazy, but I haven't watched the show. So I can't give nothing on that. So I'm gonna watch the show. Baddies, like I haven't watched Baddies either though, but they came out with a new show. I know Nunu, she got talked about the Anna and Mariah's mom stuff, which I felt like was dumb. Don't do that. You're a replacement. Just stay there. Like until I think if she was in the house, it's different because then she could say, I saw it, I heard what you said, but then she has an input. But right now, just don't put an input. Because me, I'm also a person where I'm just be like, if it ain't got nothing to do with me, I don't care. They're different though. Baddies and Meatball is not like she just seems like Tinka's hater right now. Like she does not seem like she's down for her sister. And that's so sad for Tinka because you supposed to be my sister. I done knew you before we came here and you just get all weird. You being weird. Let's wrap up this episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Like we got so many things we could talk about, especially for Baddie. So we're not gonna jump in that rabbit hole. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you really enjoyed these topics. Give me some comments down below if you have some suggestions on what we could talk about, and also let me know if that tea was hot enough that I spilled, or if it was a little too cold for you. But thank you for listening and have you a blessed day.